Okay, so I've been working in the single board computers, really ever since I got my first Raspberry Pi back in 2015. I've been waiting for like 6 years to be able to play GameCubes on a small single board computer that's also at a good price. I mean, there are some really like Nooks or whatever they're really expensive that play them. Sure, great. I'm talking about something that costs. This is the new Odroid H3 Plus. There's the H3 is only $120. The H3 Plus, it's a little more horsepower, is $165, and this thing will play GameCubes at full speed. Now, if you watch, ETA Prime has two videos on regarding this, but the thing is, as long as he played everything at native resolution, which is really all I am all for, then you get full speed on everything, F0, special levels and whatnot. So anyway, I'm working on building this orange one here, but I do have this new purple one here. I've married it sort of like with a cool controller. I have the Dolphinbar, which works in a Windows machine. I got a Wii controller and the nunchuck, and I got a basically a if I can spit that out. I'll spit it out here in a second. Sorry, I'm thinking about 50 things here. Anyway, this is just a Bluetooth controller, or keyboard and a Bluetooth controller, which I have programmed. So I'm just gonna set this. TV is always weird, so let's get it. All right. So I've been setting up a couple different emulators, or like front ends, like Launchbox, and then I've been working on Play Night, which I think you guys will be very you'll just think it's amazing. But first I want to rewind a little bit and show you that all the way back on the Raspberry Pi, I have a Pi 4 8 gig module, and what I have is the ice tower cooler, but also put another small tower, because when you're booting off a USB, this USB, where it's using so much transfer of the entire operating system and everything, it gets hot. So I just have a fan that's just I got like a little zip tie that's sort of just hanging right there against the USBs. I'm running off a USB SSD because it's going to give me the best equipment. But I think a lot of people don't realize that, I mean, this has been quite a few years ago that I was able to get the GameCube games to work. I'm trying to find me a box here to put this on. And I'll show you that I do have sound. It's kind of loud, so when, but I will show you that I have a few games I thought we'd show on here. Alright, first I thought we'd show Mario Sunshine. This is the lr-dolphin, which actually this version, I was afraid to update it, but it does have an update. So it's possible that if I go into the command prompt, or if I go through the system and do an update on it, it might run even better. But this is what I was first excited about, and this is, I'll put his name in the description, but monkablat, that guy is great. Alright, I'm going to try to see if I can skip it to the menu here. I already played one. The sound is probably worse than the gameplay. Let's see if I can still skip. No. This is, where it all kind of started, where you're like, oh, well, maybe we are going to be able to. Do I need to tilt it? No, you're seeing fine.
What happened?
If you don't have two things, this would run a lot worse. If you were running this off a micro SD card, it would most certainly not play very well. Number two is I have the 8 gig module, so it needs that extra amount of RAM to load everything in properly. And but you know, the most important is booting off the SSD. You need as fast USB booting off as you can get, which really makes this all the difference. But I'm just going to show you a couple minutes of this. I'm going to show you a couple others. I want to show you how it's sort of evolved. There's the control. As you get more in the field of view, obviously. It does save. If you look at the top, it's saving to home, Pi, Raspberry Pi. Continue playing. No. Have it go to the home screen, and then we'll hit start and select. Take it back out. Let's try Mario Kart. It has worse sound, but it also has a little bit of graphical, like, darkness during the game. The menus and everything look good, but I think it's to do with Vulkan, I think. But if you change it to, like, OpenGL, it just plays like absolute crap. Or vice versa. Maybe it's if you change it to Vulkan. It probably just crashes. You see the menu's really fast. It's got a nice crispness to it. Anyway, this has been out for a while. This has been, I mean, probably a couple years ago. I don't know how to get like the frames per second at the top, but I just show you that the video looks way better than the audio. It's got a pretty good. It's completely playable. I don't like the darkness on it. I'll show you through that. So I'll show you what the effects look like. So everything looks like it plays well. Alright, so let's pause that and then hit start select. So, yeah, this is using OpenGL and a certain message drive, but this is Arch64. I can go out and probably run a command on the line to show you, but this is even more playable. Yeah, I think some people will be. There are probably lots of RPG games that you would be able to play that you have no problems with. But I mean, my biggest thing is I wanted to show you how long I've been kind of waiting for that next gen wonderfulness to come out with. This is a long intro, so I'm not going to show you, but what I can do is let that play on through, and we'll come back to it. Let me turn off the sound here. Alright, so the other thing is that then I went to, I modeled this case and 3D printed. This is a Jetson Nano 2GB model. And I have this, like, I played around with it. It's got a great retropie GUI interface. I built one of my own images for it, and also then tried out the Ares build, their first build, or I guess their first gen build, and it's really nice. They did a great job because on On the 4 GB model, you can try like some Xbox games, original Xbox, and PlayStation 2. But then, and here's my original GameCube. So I'll show you, I have 2 of these. This is my black one. So this is, give you an idea that this is the Jetson Nano case. You know, the GameCube itself was pretty small anyway, but then this is, you know, trying to get that that cool feel. I made sure to put the lunchbox handle, you know, and here's your, yeah, and then there's a guy on Etsy that I ordered this really cool, it pops up like a label that he made for your game. So anyway, you can see that I'm holding on to this. It's about about this big, right? About big in my hand. And then, so the next one over here, is a little bit bigger. Not much bigger, but here's still quite a bit smaller than the original thing. But I also gave it as much as I could, some real love to it. But I changed the new front panel to look much more like, if you look how this one bevels outwards, and then this one is a new front, and I printed each of these black ports to glue them back in there and make them look a little bit more as real as possible. There's a working power button, and then my favorite thing is that the GameCube was Nintendo's first disc system, and I was so fascinated by that, like so excited. It was just amazing. I was like, finally, they're going to go this route. We're going to try it out, and we're going to see what it looks like. So anyway, at first I will show you. Now, the other thing that you're going to be super excited about is not only does this play GameCubes, like it's exactly what I want, but it plays Wii and Wii U, and those are just pluses. Now, the Wii U, there are a little bit of differences, but it also plays YUZU and Ryujin's. So this thing will even play some of those games. Can't really say what the actual things are, then I'll probably get. But we're going to see the Dolphin. I have my whole library. Believe it or not, I own several hundred GameCube games. That was my system. I never sold any of my stuff. I have a whole Tupperware container in my basement. But I went through and learned how to, I bought a special disk drive to hook in my computer so that I could make copies of all my games. Anyway, so let's do we want, I think just, there's both Mario Karts here. Oh, Double Dash is going to be super easy to emulate, but we'll show you anyway. If you look over here, it's DirectX 12. Now we're doing full 60 frames per second. And we'll just hit, I think full screen. I'm trying to remember what is full screen. Yeah, well, whatever. And then, not a single glitch of any kind on this. Oh, I got some of them. Yeah, what I'm going to do is stop real quick because I need to get some batteries for this controller, or I need to charge the other one or the other. Anyway, we'll start this back up in 2 seconds. Okay, so my controller, I just needed to charge it. It's synced now, and the thing is, I already showed a video with the Wii Mario Kart. What's funny is over on their actual website for Odroid H3+, they actually have a full Wii U playing Mario Kart 8, and it's amazing. You could just, I'll leave the link. You can go there and try it out. It's incredible. And I think there's two things. Only one last thing I want to show on here, which I updated the most recent video driver. They had one in January for Intel, and it specifically gives better emulation for everything on this thing. I say emulation, but that's what I'm using it for. But it has graphical acceleration. It's probably the best way to put it. So, but I would think that F0 might be the best thing to show some like real, really good. Get everybody excited to see just that. The thing is, I'm just gonna play on native mode. I don't really need it to play on 2x or any of that stuff, or even anti-aliasing. I don't need that. What I want, I just want to feel like I'm playing the original as much as possible. All right, so we're gonna full screen it. Has a little bit of lag here at the beginning. Let's get it going here. All right. Okay, so to give it a little bit more performance, I went in and turned off explore.exe. I'll show you how to do that. I mean, most of it probably know, but and make sure that everything was shut down. Did a fresh reboot on the computer, so the only thing we're running is the Dolphin emulator. The explorer.exe, the whole background of Windows is not running. I make sure every app is closed and up because we want to get the best possible scenario out of here, right? And I just, this is the coolest thing ever. So finally something that can be like a mini GameCube and this thing will work. Skip that. Let's figure out the button set up. It takes, a little bit of just making sure everything is functioning. I got an NVMe drive. I've got, everything as optimized as I can get it to make sure this game runs good. And I do a fresh reboot before I play this particular game because I want. It's got 16 gigs of RAM. But overall, I would say this is far from falling on its face. Maybe drips to 57 frames. I don't know. Just overall, I'm just so ecstatically happy with the results here. I am ecstatic, beyond ecstatic. The last thing I want to show you. Okay, so is I like the YUZU best. Shoot, it probably needs to be updated. The YUZU emulator to me has the ability inside the settings to turn down the graphics to be on like normal and oh, I'm not online. That's fine, perfect. Okay, so let's just try Metroid. I'll show you that it takes a little bit of time for it to load, but overall it will perform quite amazing for this. Like again, this is a a small little single board computer, and that up a little bit like that. I have that. Oh, there we go. Just trying to prop it up a little bit differently. I'm going to full screen this, so I think it's, what is full screen? F11. We'll just click on it. There. So, we're at full screen. I've got the volume turned down. Hopefully, come on, controller. Alright, I'll have to read. Poop. If this only takes a quick second here. I knew I had this controller. Controls. Pro controller. Oh, here we go. Nintendo Switch controller. There we go. I think. Yep. Okay. Cool. So plow that, hit OK, and then we're back in here and hit A. Yes, perfect. And then we hit computer tool F11. All right, here we are. I've already been playing a little bit. I think I may have shown this. I just don't know for sure. I just thought I would throw it into this video, like the rest of them. I look for the best angle for you guys to be able to see things and hear it and see it, but I'm not like a professional YouTuber by any means. Again, I have Launchbox, but I don't know if I would tell anybody to use Launchbox on here, and which is already going to use some resources, and then launch these types of games from within that, because then you're just going to be using up more resources since it's a small computer. As you can see, I think you'd be pretty presently happy. Not that I'm playing a little bit here. Oop, slash. Anyway, I think you guys get the idea. Hit pause, hit the escape key, take me back here, hit stop emulation, and then give that a quick minute. There are plenty of games that won't work great on here. This one right here is Xenoblade. Yes, you can play it, but it's a bit, it's a bit rough around the edges. It's got some lag. And I think I showed a video on it. But I think for the most part, you guys get the idea. I do have the Wii U emulator here. I have a handful of games that work, just work really good. And as you can see, I've been working on all these functioning and playing correctly. I can show more videos of that if you guys want. Just please, message me. And then lastly, of course, I've got the Xbox emulator, which I also have shown a video, but there's a lot of games to show on there that might be funner to try or whatever. I know I should be seeing something there. It usually works. Oops. Let's try that again. Yeah. It might be looking for an update. And I don't, yeah. Alright, so. Alright, so what it is the multi-disc game. T-Copter is fantastic. Gosh, someone needs to redo that game. I showed Halo on here. Looks amazing. Plays incredible. Just straight up incredible. So, and this is just a shooter game. Alright, well, just let me know if we want to try some other stuff. PlayStation 2 works on here. I haven't tried 3, which might be a little strenuous for it. But, yeah, that's all I got. Thanks. Did want to bring us over for a quick minute to, let me get my box here and show you. Still